Well, before those malarkey and shenanigans can begin, I have to get rid of this bad deck. It's at the end of my garden. It's only small, but it's come to the end of its life, so I started attacking it with my drill. And even the screws that are holding it together are rusted up. I can't even get in there. The heads are just spinning round. So the drill becomes a hammer, becomes a crowbar, it becomes everything else apart from a drill to get it out. Started to get one up, and you can already see the rotten timber underneath, the fungus and the stuff. And talk about fungus, there it is. There's a little mushroom and some wildlife, wood lice. He's got to find a new house because it's going. In the end, I found it easier to deal with the planks as they're shorter. Circular sawed it, and out comes my pallet bar. These are worth their weight in gold. They're fantastic for prying apart. Well, they're made for pallets, but anything really. It's just a big crowbar. And look at that, just rotten timbers, rotten beams. Should have took it down some years ago. Well, it's not exactly as though we were using it. It's even falling apart when I'm lifting it up. And the idea is that area was to put stones down, but then of course the British weather took over. Rain. Eventually it stopped. This is the following weekend, I think. And look what I find. A little resident. Long gone resident. So I put down the weed block stuff, whatever it's called, and got myself some stones. They're a similar stone colour to what's already in part of the garden, but where I park my van is at the front of the house and the garden's at the back, and I'm not carrying all that stuff through the house, so sack trolley it is, round to the back. And thanks to the wind, I've got to lay down the weed barrier thing again. Simply cannot take anything seriously. I think each bag is about 20-25 kilos, can't remember. There's the progress, halfway through. And done. It's nice, well, it's good to get rid of the decking, but it's nice that it's on the same level as the rest of the garden now, instead of that step up. I like that. And here is the planter. They're sent to me by Vegega to try out, which is very, very generous of them, so thank you very much. So let's see what we got in the box. And it couldn't be any more simpler. You got the metal pieces, the curved pieces. These planters are round ones, they're not rectangular. And pieces, nuts, bolts, done. It could not be simpler. And there's a bit of trim to go on the top, and even a pair of gloves, which didn't fit me. And this is satisfying. It's like poppy plastic, you know that feeling? That's a nice feeling. start for the first one. This planter is the smaller of the two. Once you've got two of the pieces set together, it holds itself up, it stands up, which makes it easier. It even comes with a little spanner tool to do it yourself. And there it is, just tightening up the nuts and bolts. And here's the measurements. 17 inches or 43 centimetres by 42 inches or 106 centimetres. And here's the trim. You just slot it over the edge there. Simple. And of course it protects you from bashing yourself, I suppose. A bit of protection. That's the little one done. And also the big one. It's exactly the same process putting it up. Exactly the same. I think it's just twice as tall. That's that weed block stuff put down. What am I going to fill it with? What was here before? It's half rotten already. Perfect mulch. I'll lob it in. Yep, I don't need all that depth of soil. And I just chucked in the half-rotten timber. It's hot, like I say, it's half-rotten, it's on the way, so eventually it'll just mulch down. Some people don't like doing this sort of stuff, but I do. I don't mind it at all, and it gets rid of the timber that I don't need. If it was any good, I'd save it, but the majority of it is just half-rotten, even though it's been treated. So that soil that you're seeing there now is all the soil that was in different pots all around the garden unused. So I threw it all in, along with the wildlife. And I got a couple of bags of rich compost to put on top. So eventually it's all going to settle. So it will go lower into the planter. So start good. I have another one. Oh yeah, that's right. I only did half of that one. Yeah, save the other half for other stuff. And so we started looking at plants to put in there. And of course, my grandson Remy turns up that weekend, so he gets involved. He started watering the plants with his bubble gun. Wonderful. And if he's there, he's getting involved in everything we do. So we went to the shops, got different plants that Alfie and my wife wanted to put in there. And we start planting. First she decided how, the layout, how she wanted it. It actually works out really nice at the height of the planter. It's there's no bending down, which is very comfortable. And so is that lollipop by the looks of it, or what was a lollipop. As I said, he gets involved in everything we do. And that's the plants are more or less done. Just a matter of watering them. And messing about with the planter made my grandson want to do his own pots, his own plants. Well, play with the soil basically. But you know, he's got his own little plot now. I don't know if he's going to plant anything one day, but eventually you have to start somewhere. And you can see there we put bark on top of the soil once they had finished planting it out. It helped protect the soil and retain water as well. And as I said, we only kept the small one. We only kept the big one. And because we didn't have room in the garden for two. And so this garden we're now in the garden of my mother-in-law. And there's the bubble gun again. And that's where the little one ended up. And I ended up putting some sticks and everything in there. Well, this is the final thing. It's great. It looks good now. The plants are really settling themselves in. Real big thanks to Vegega for sending me this. Vegega, hopefully I'm saying that correct. And Remy finds his own way to water the plants, which is much more fun. I mean, a water pistol obviously is the best way to water your plants. So once again, thank you to Vegega for sending me this. And thank you to you for watching.